that this would present the perfect opportunity for some exotic escapades, which would enthrall audiences back home in London society. So he sold his Scottish estate, he sailed to Venezuela, and he arrived in April 1812.
Talk about betting it all. He's like, I'm just going to sell everything I have.
Everything, all in. Just like I told you in the beginning for your Belarusian, Bella what now?
You mean the Melanesian Republic?
Right, exactly. I told you I was all in on Melanesia. And
you better be all in.
Yeah, man. So, it's only right. In. So, look, let's take a quick break and then we will be back because this is a good, he arrives in Latin America and everything that happens from here is absolutely bonkers. So, we need to take a quick break, get those energy drinks in, and then we will be back to tell you what happens when he arrives in Latin America. Don't go nowhere. So, welcome back. We are still Bibi, and over there is Sibel. Wow, right on cue.
That's right.
Give that boy a gold star.
I know my name.
He knows his name, people. We were having a bit of fun in the break, trying to figure out what certain people in this story would sound like. But yes, let's get back to it. So, at the, where we left you, we had just arrived with, Gregor MacGregor in Venezuela, where he arrived April 1812. And upon his arrival, he chose to present himself as the Gregor. Right, so he dropped the Mick, right, and he presented himself as Sir Gregor, and offered his services to General Miranda.
And he claimed he was a knight of the Portuguese Order of Christ.
Right. Which is just, the things you could get away with,
an alumni of the famous diehards.
The things you could get away with before the internet, bruh.
Before the internet,
you couldn't just search. You could just do a preliminary search. You just had to, if someone came up to you with a sufficient enough, letter written in cursive with a blood red stamp on the, with the wax thing that had been stamped and it looked official enough, they could claim to be anyone, really, right?
Yeah.
They could claim to be anyone because the world was just not connected enough, right?
No. How are you going to reach out to get the confirmation from Portugal?
Right.
When a letter took 2 months to get a return response from.
By then,
we want you to be a part of our military, and we have a war starting in 3 days.
Right.
It will take us 2 months to get your background check, though.
My friend, you have arrived just in time to join the war effort. Just in time to join the war effort. So, with the knowledge that this newly arrived foreigner came from the British Army and had served in a famous fighting regiment of the 57th Foot, after his departure, it became known as the Diehards, as Sibel had said. Miranda eagerly accepted his offer. MacGregor thus received the rank of colonel and was put in charge of a cavalry battalion. My friend, if you would like to join the war effort, we have over here some men who ride horses. You can lead them. What? That's what it says. He was in charge of the cavalry, right? He was in charge of the cavalry.
As opposed to the donkey battalion.
As opposed to these other men
donkeys
who also ride donkeys.
We're not giving them to you.
We don't talk too much about those men. But over there is the very worst. The men over there who ride the giant pigs, we will not talk about them at all. So yeah, man. Sweet deal. You get there, right? You're in your 20s, right? You're in the prime of your life, right? You get there, you say, "Hey, dude,
you're in the prime of your life." I'm imagining him saying, "I'm in the prime of my life.
I've got top fighting blood. I have." Right? So, he gets there, and this 20-something-year-old dude bamboozles his way through, right, to the general, right? Crazy, just the amount of access he was able to have from the start, right?
Yeah.
And it says he eagerly accepted the offer, which of course he did, right?
Because that's why he went there.
Because that's why he went there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and he was just using that glamour, man.
Oh yeah,
Can we jump to him getting married again?
Look, no, so just before we go there.
All right.
I love this guy. It says his mission, his first mission in charge of the cavalry proved successful against royalist forces near Maracay. And despite following
Spanish royalist forces,
right, and despite following expeditions proving less triumphant, the Republicans were still content with the kudos this Scottish soldier had to offer. So let's talk about the luck of the draw, right? The first time he goes out, big success. So he's able to write that over, the other failures. Right, the other failures.
Yeah, he shows up.
Like,
he makes a good impression. He gets the first battle down.
Yeah. Right. It's like, Gregor, what have you done? You have lost 10,000 men. Yeah, but remember that first battle, though, where I did the thing, come on.
The thing with the thing.
The thing with the thing and those other people there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess you have a point, right? So...
Look here, we only lost the donkey battalion. We never talk about them anyways.
We only lost the pigs, man. Why are you so agitated? Man? We only lost the pigs, man. So yeah, I mean, come on. Your first gig goes well. You can sort of paper over some other stuff that's not so good. He climbed his way up to become the Commandant General of the cavalry, and then he became General of the Brigade, and finally, General of Division in the Army of Venezuela.
And New Granada.
At the age of just 30. Sibel, what were you doing at the age of just 30? Did you have any men under your command?
No, definitely not.
No,
definitely not. No.
I didn't either. So clearly, everything negative we say about this guy is just because we are haters.
We are haters.
We're haters.
We're haters.
We're haters, man. Yeah.
And there's a photo of him. He definitely doesn't look what I thought like he'd look like. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Interesting.
You didn't expect the pasty face?
No, it's just I don't know. I was expecting
his hair does look nicely coiffed, which is good, right?
No,
he's got the oversized sideburns.
I don't know why. I was expecting a little more roguish.
No,
frankly.
Man. Nah.
Yeah,
this is the man who made sure his men were always impeccably dressed. Of course, I'm sure he shaved twice a day.
Have like roguish features.
Nah. He probably did like exfoliation. He did like a milk bath,
milk bath.
This man was taking care of himself, man. That's why the money couldn't dry, right? I mean, what do you expect him to do? Bathe with water, like a common, like an
animal,
like an animal.
Bathe with water.
With water. Disgusting. How dare you? Right. So yeah. So he looks like he belongs in a boy band. But yeah, there he is, age 30, leading men into battle. Yeah. So it was at the height of his epic rise to fame in Venezuela that he married Donna Josefa Antonia Andrea Aristeguieta. What? Wait, what's that name?
I got this. Allow me, please.
Do it justice, my friend. Go ahead.
It was at the height of his epic rise to fame in Venezuela that he married Donna Josefa Antonia Andrea Aristeguieta. Damn it! I almost had it.
And you know what? I'm not gonna edit this at all. I'm gonna keep it in because you were like jumping in your seat.
I really wanted to try.
You were busy jumping in your seat, like I got it. Pat, put me in, coach. And the same word, just has you start. Okay, let's try this again.
Donna Josefa Antonia Andrea Aristeguieta.
Okay.
Donna Josefa Antonia Andrea Aristeguieta y Olivera.
Oof. Well, you add in an extra O there, but okay, we'll take it.
Where did I add the extra O?
You said y Olivera.
Oh, darn it.
You wanna? Okay.
I don't speak Spanish. I don't know the words. I don't know them words.
You don't? Okay. All right. Let's do it again. One more time. If you get it this time, you get to what can you win? Street
You
cred.
can buy me a bubble tea. You can buy me a bubble tea.
you a bubble tea. Okay. All right. On the count of 3, let's go. He married who?
Doña Josefa Antonia Andrea Aristeguieta y Lovera.
Perfect. Look at you. Your chest even popped out a bit there. You were like, I got this. All right. Yeah. Who was the cousin of the famous revolucionario Simón Bolívar, right? And heiress to an important Caracas family. So
he keeps marrying into money.
He has
the Scotsman always finds the gold.
All right. So MacGregor had done it again. In a matter of just a few days after his fall from grace, a few years, after his fall from grace in the British Army, he had reestablished himself and accomplished great things in South America, right? So, you fall, you pick yourself back up. There is a lesson here, which is, if your rich heiress wife dies, you go to another country and marry another rich heiress wife. Yeah,
that's the lesson. And sell everything you own to achieve this.
Right, because it can't fail, right? Yeah.
Of course not. Not when your grandfather was Gregor the Beautiful MacGregor.
The Beautiful, right, exactly.
The Beautiful.
Exactly. So, this guy definitely had a business model. It worked before. It wasn't his fault that his wife died, right? These are factors beyond your control, right? In the annual reports, you don't say the wife might die, right? You just say, no, we're projecting another, influx of cash, right?
Oh my God.
You don't, right? These are not the things that it's this. Look, listen, this I compare to, this is BlackBerry being blindsided by Apple. Right. Yeah. They couldn't have seen it coming. It's not their fault that all of a sudden people were trading in their BlackBerries for, the shiny new thing. Right. So again, in this case, it was not his fault, according to his business plan, that, his wife died. Right. If anything, right, she should be strongly reprimanded because it's inconsiderate. Right. How would you?
It is inconsiderate.
Yeah, exactly. Like
that is my first thought when someone dies. How inconsiderate.
How thoroughly inconsiderate. Like, why would you choose this time to die? It's just how
have you not considered how this would impact me?
The cash flow, exactly. So again, these are the things. These are the things we don't talk about enough, right? This man was severely wronged. He was shortchanged. He was fully ready to settle back. By the Grim Reaper. He was fully ready to settle into British high society with his rich heiress wife. And then what does she go and do? She just, one morning she just decides to not be there anymore. It's just not right. It's not right. So, yeah. But thankfully, our boy is able to, rectify the situation, right? He's able to, marry Doña Lovera, right? And, I think, yes, of course, by all means. So Gregor had done it again, in a matter of a few years, he was back on top, right? So, how do you feel about that?
It's interesting that it worked. I think that's what's fascinating is that, he knew what his skill set is. He knew what he could get into.
Right.
He saw that people in South America are doing all these skirmishes. Hey, there's something to be had there. Right. Let's go and see where the action's at. Right. And it works. It works. Right. And it's not like he really, he totally lied about he was in this and that, but he won the battle.
Yeah. What are you going to say? So in the coming years and months and years, the fight between Republicans and Royalists would continue with both sides experiencing gains and losses. Again, we're leaning quite heavily on historic UK. General Miranda was set to be the next casualty of war, ending his days in a jail in Cadiz. Meanwhile,
which is Spain, I believe. He ended up back. They sent him to Spain.
Right. Right. So meanwhile, MacGregor and his wife, along with Bolivar,